Madam Chairwoman, I would invite you to come along with me, that we go down to Cuba.
Senator Jackson, I'm going to interrupt you.
And then at this time, let me finish, Chairwoman.
But
And now at this time, we have cut them off.
I would love to go with you.
I would love to invite you, please.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to
When
go
would you
with
like to
you,
go?
and then we can definitely have an exchange of ideas. And I am delighted that you've given me the opportunity. You know, I represent the Cuban exile community in Miami.
Yes.
The Cuban exile community has been sending $8 billion for the last 10 years to Cuba. The Cubans on the island live off the work of my constituents. The Cuban regime is in the business of power, not in the business of feeding the Cubans. The Cubans, Fidel Castro has borrowed more money from Canada, from Mexico, from the Europeans,
Madam Chairwoman,
from the everybody.
Fidel Castro
the
is
Cubans
dead,
have been able
and he's been dead for almost a decade. Can we let him rest in peace?
No, I would want him to be burning in hell.
I'm not in the business of resurrection. We've already finished Easter, if we will.
But
I want to deal with the living, the Alessandros that are dying right now.
Let's talk about Alexandro that you were talking. Alexandro, poor boy. He has
Say that with
fell
contempt.
into the
I don't
hands
think
of
that's
the regime.
really appreciated.
All we're
If it was
trying
your
to do-
child and
Let me
everybody
ju-
else's
let me
child,
just-
we
let
should
me
be
ju-
standing up for a low birth weight child.
30 seconds. These are the facts. The Cuban regime is not in the business of
Regime or
feeding.
government?
It has been an election in the last 65 years. I'm the first one who would say, have the Cubans decide who they want to be governed by. But the Cubans, unfortunately, have fallen into the hands of the most evil revolution since the arrival of Christopher Columbus in the Western Hemisphere. We're talking about someone that don't care about
since
anything.
Pinochet,
Oh yeah, they are
there's
the
a host of
masterfuls
people
of
that we
evil.
can do.
And
We've
I'm
done
so
quite a
happy,
few
Mr.
invasions
Jackson.
ourselves.
I would love to go with you to Havana.
I would be honored.
But if you ask them, I mean, I'm sure that they will let me in with you. But
I'm sure they would.
At the end, I know who I'm representing. And I have heard the story since I was born. I wish Fidel Castro would have taken a different road, and he would have allowed for prosperity. We could be Taiwan, Singapore, Hong Kong, only 90 miles away from the United States. But he chose evil, and he chose to be in the business power over feeding his people. For that reason, the United States has been wanting to include them. Look what Obama did.
But if we are denying them the access to have fuel so that they can feed themselves, they want to purchase fuel. Why do we have a military blockade around them?
And with this we end, because out of courtesy for our witness, President Obama gave the opportunity to the Castro regime to give him everything in exchange of nothing. And what did they do to Obama? They spit on him. Because if the Castro regime at this time, Fidel was alive, if Fidel would have said, okay, let's open up the economy. Now, these are the facts,
Obama had saliva
Representative
on him from
Jackson.
Cuba?
Come
on,
Obama,
that is a hyperbolic language.
Is that
Chairwoman, I respect you enormously.
You don't want to be confused with the facts.
Which is first cousin to fabrication, Madam Chairwoman.
The story says that an Obama, who was an illustrious member of the Democratic Party, wanted to include the Cubans into the international community, and look what the Cuban regime did to him. And at the end, he failed because they don't care about freedom. They only care about themselves. So thank you for the opportunity. I would love to go to Cuba with you.